Yep, it's that time of the year again. Christmas time! On my old channel, AlexG462, I made a video of my top 15 favorite Christmas specials, but that video was kind of, let's be honest, I wasn't as good back then as I am now. And I did kind of cheat by having many ties in those slots. So I reworked my list, and I present to you now my updated list, but this is the top 20 Christmas specials that I like to watch during Christmas. Let's start out with something that is not a Christmas special, nor is it really a holiday special at all. It has nothing to do with Christmas, but for some reason, when I was younger, I used to watch this every Christmas morning before everyone woke up. The MXC Winter Special, Fast Food vs. Aerospace. Sorry, it's still hard for me not to laugh at saying that in this video. I did in the last video, I'm doing it here. I don't know what to say. It's MXC. It has nothing to do with Christmas. It has no Christmassy things. All I know is that it's just covered in snow. You don't get snow in LA, so I want snow. No reason at all. Number 19 is Die Hard, which is an action movie that takes place during Christmas. Everyone watches it during the Christmas time. It's suddenly become this giant thing that people watch during Christmas, and I don't blame them. It's Die Hard. Fuck yeah. Number 18 is something a little newer. You might even say it came out this year. Iron Man 3. The only reason Iron Man 3 is on here is because I have heard Jingle Bells in that one movie more than I have on the radio this entire month. I know Shane Black has a thing for Christmas, so Iron Man 3 just really put it out there. Like, any chance they get, Jingle Bells plays. Tony Stark dances to Jingle Bells as he's putting on the Mark 42. The house is all decorated. Jingle Bells plays everywhere. During the final battle, he tells Rhodey Merry Christmas once the Iron Legion pops up. He tells the Iron Legion to take the extremist troops to church because it's Christmas. It's Christmas overload, but it's still fun. Number 17 is a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, although today you really can't see it in 3D unless you have a 3D TV, but came out in 2011. A very bizarre movie that could possibly, in its own weird way, become a holiday classic, much like Die Hard. Got a lot of strange moments. Harold and Kumar are still funny. The 3D is just really in your face. Like, it's basically like you're dodging shit when watching in 3D. And it's an overall fun movie. Number 16 is a Christmas special that I actually discovered last year and was in my list last year, which a majority of these things are. A Muppet Family Christmas. I discovered on YouTube because last year I took a class on the Muppets, and there's nothing more enjoyable than spending Christmas or watching a Christmas special featuring everyone's favorite puppets, the Muppets. Get guests from Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, it's all good. Back during the days when Jim Henson was still alive. Number 15 is the stop-motion Rankin Bass classic, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Narrated by Fred Astaire, has some good songs, animation that's very charming. It's one of my favorite of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials. And a stop-motion Rankin Bass Christmas special that I like better than Santa Claus is Coming to Town is number 14, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I just started speaking, but then I just broke in a song. I don't know why. It's a very enjoyable one. I like it a lot more. It's more heartfelt. The Abominable Snowman scares me, or scared me as a kid. But I think he's scarier without teeth than he is with teeth, which is kind of odd. It's very cute, charming. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You can't hate it. In my video last year, I had a tie for my favorite Christmas carol, but now I figured out which one I prefer. Number 13 is Mickey's Christmas Carol. Probably because I haven't seen this one as often as the other one, but, I mean, it's Mickey Mouse, traditional 2D animation, Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge. It's basically the Disney version of A Christmas Carol, 2D animation. It's very heartfelt, very funny. It's very enjoyable. But the one that I like better is another Disney rendition of A Christmas Carol featuring, once again, the Muppets. This is the Christmas Carol version that I've seen more than any other Christmas Carol in the world. It has those original Muppet songs, which at times they're fine, other times they're kind of annoying, but I really like The Muppet Christmas Carol. Very enjoyable. I love how Michael Caine really takes the Muppets very seriously as if they're actual actors, while everyone else in the Muppets films seem to act a little over the top. Michael Caine plays it straight, and it's awesome. My favorite Christmas Carol rendition. Number 11, this is where I'm probably going to get killed for this, so don't crucify me or anything. I just don't have the connect that everyone else does. Number 11 is A Christmas Story. Usually this is the movie that everyone goes to as the favorite Christmas movie. So, I haven't seen this that often, I don't have that big of a connection, but it's still a very charming movie. It gets better the more times I watch it, so it's a good Christmas special, just not my absolute favorite. Number 10, this is where I'm kind of cheating with the tie, but they're all kind of in the same category. Any of the Christmas specials involving The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons are very, very funny. Their Christmas specials are also very heartfelt. My favorites probably have to be the ones with Funzo, the one where Lisa becomes a Buddhist, and the one where Homer starts really becoming this heartful person after he buys an expensive gift for himself. He starts pouring out his heart to the rest of Springfield and becomes a good guy. So those are my 3 favorite Simpsons Christmas specials. Now I just got finished talking about another Will Ferrell movie, so number 9 would be Elf. Probably one of the last few times that Will Ferrell made me laugh in a movie before Anchorman 2. Elf is just so charming. Will Ferrell, in most of his movies, he acts like a man-child, but here he's very innocent. You can't hate this guy. You just have to have a black heart to really hate Will Ferrell in this movie. And the rest of the cast is really good. Zooey Deschanel, Mary Steenburgen, they're all good. This was Jon Favreau's movie. This was one of the first movies I believe he directed before he took on directing duties for Iron Man. So it's really, really a good movie. I love how it's become an instant Christmas classic. Oh, Elf. Now, another obscure Christmas special that a lot of people watch, so I don't feel bad for being one of the few sick bastards out there, is Gremlins. What could be more enjoyable than seeing a Christmas movie? Seeing a Christmas movie with a bunch of little monsters running around the place destroying everything and killing people. I love it. Just little gremlins, very Christmas oriented. And the funny thing is, what made me realize that this was a Christmas movie, I watched Gremlins for the first time during Halloween, thinking that, oh, it's sort of horror comedy, perfect time for Halloween. No. They shoved Christmas down your throat the same way Iron Man 3 shoves Jingle Bells down your throat. So, I now watch it every Christmas. Number 7 is one of the classics. Not just one of the best Christmas movies, but one of the best movies ever made. Frank Capra and Jimmy Stewart's It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, let's take a moment and enjoy that this Wonderful Life sequel is not getting made. Wonderful Life is really a fantastic movie. It's very beautiful in its cinematography, it's got great performances, and it has a very, very heartfelt ending. Truly a movie you can watch with the entire family during this time of the year. Number 6 is a movie that I watch every Christmas. That's become tradition in my family to watch this particular movie. White Christmas. This is my mother's favorite movie in terms of Christmas movies. I always watch it, and the more times I watch it, I get more into it. The more times I watch this movie, the more it gets embedded in my brain. So, it's really a really fun movie to watch. Again, like everything else, it's heartfelt, and it's a white Christmas. Why can't LA snow? I don't know. Now we're down to the last 5. These are the 5 Christmas specials that I watch, period. Every year, whenever I have the time, I make time to watch these movies and specials during this time of the year. Number 5 is Ed, Edd and Eddy's Jingle, Jingle, Jangle. This is during the time when my favorite Cartoon Network show, Ed, Edd and Eddy, was between its 4th and 5th season. Eddy is pissed off that he didn't get what he wanted for Christmas, so he decides to put himself up for adoption just so he can snag up other people's Christmas. It has a very heartfelt semi-ending, but ultimately it ends just like every other Ed and Eddy episode. It ends with nothing going right for the Eds, everything going right for the other kids in the cul-de-sac, but it's still heartwarming. I wish the Eds would just have their time to shine one day. Although they did in the movie, but let's move on. Number 4 is one of the iconic Christmas TV specials, A Charlie Brown Christmas. I mentioned I love the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown in my Halloween movie stuff, but this is really the definitive first ever Charlie Brown television special. It's not very upbeat, but that's Charlie Brown. You really can't hate Charlie Brown for being what it is. Written by Charles Schultz, got great music, even though it irritates me that the Charlie Brown song is played during this time of the year when it's not really a Christmas song, but I'm getting ahead of myself. It's really good. It's Charlie Brown. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, you blockhead. Another definitive classic when it comes to TV specials, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. My feelings towards the movie, the live-action movie by Ron Howard, are mixed. I appreciate the art direction and sets, but it's not that good. This is the definitive Grinch for me. With animation by Chuck Jones, memorable songs, it's just the definitive thing that any person with a heart of stone should watch this movie during this time of the year. It might make their heart grow 3 sizes larger, or 2 sizes larger. Whatever it is, I gotta rewatch it this year. Again, it's such a classic. Yeah, The Grinch. And now we're down to the last 2, which in my video last year, these were tied for number 1, but I finally decided which one is my favorite. Number 2, we got Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas from Community Season 2. I have reviewed the show Community, but I'm very surprised that this has turned into such a great Christmas classic. In the tradition of the classic Rankin-Bass stop-motion specials like Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas features the Community cast together in stop motion as they go on a journey. Around the second time I saw this special, I kind of cried near the end. It's really, really good. But if this special can make me cry, then what's number 1? Well, number 1 is the movie that, for some reason, everyone watches during Halloween. I don't understand why. I mentioned that this movie was not going to be on my top 10 favorite movies or specials I watch during Halloween because I see it as more of a Christmas movie, even as Christmas in the title, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is my favorite Christmas movie to watch. I absolutely love the stop motion animation, very groundbreaking. The songs by Danny Elfman are really good. The only thing I really don't like about this movie is that it's too short, which in a way it's not really a negative because it just shows how much I love this movie, that I want it to keep going. I don't want it to be so short. But really great songs, beautiful scenery and animation. I watch this movie more times at Christmas than I do Halloween. I love it. So those are my 20 favorite Christmas specials and movies that I watch while during Christmas. So I want you to leave a comment, tell me what your favorites are, subscribe to my channel for more stuff in the future. Check out my other channel, AlexG8462. You can follow me on Twitter at AlexG8462. Follow me on Instagram at TheRealMrRobinson. And go like my Facebook page, /TheCinemas_Mr. Share me with your friends and tell them about me, and remember to know it before you see it. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is not the last video I'll be making of the year. I have a few more videos coming out, including my best of and worst of 2013. But until then, this has been The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson, and I'll see you guys later.